Good morning and welcome. I'm Gregory Lewis and this is your next Pilates wheel workout here on Facebook Live. Now, as always, before we begin, please be sure that you've checked in with your healthcare provider before you begin this or any other workout routine. So good morning. Today we are calling our workout Strong Upper Body. Now, big disclaimer, huge, gigantic disclaimer. This is not just an upper body exercise. And anytime you hear the words upper body or anything like that attached to a Pilates style workout, you should know right away that we are never taking attention away from the full body essence of the work. What is so great about the Pilates style or the Pilates tradition of workout is that it reminds us that we are one whole body. We are not separate parts. I am not arms and legs and hips and shoulders. I am a full body. And when I'm doing my best work in Pilates or in any other modality, I really should feel that I'm using the entire body as a system, as a unit, supporting itself to achieve a movement. That said, I've decided to call today's workout Strong Upper Body because we will bring extra focus and attention to the muscles of the arms, the shoulders, the upper back, and the chest, essentially the upper torso and its appendages. However, we're always going to be making sure that the entire body is supporting our movement, and we will still be doing plenty of movements that visually, to someone who doesn't know the Pilates style of work, might not recognize as an upper body movement. But we know better. We know part of that is supporting the whole. So, before we begin, make sure you have all of your add-ons. So since we're working center of the room, of course, your COR or DLX systems will work. We'll have some DLX workouts coming up soon. But today we're working center of the room, so either setup will work. I've got my Pilates wheel. In addition to that, I've got two blue bands. I always say they can be yellow. Since we're going to be using them for some upper body focus, go for the blue specifically if that is all right and if that works with your body. We also have 2 foot loops and 2 handles. So what I'd like you to do to get started is actually take it to high axle on your bar and get that locked in. And then our first setup is going to be with the blue bands with the handle attachments in the way that we typically do it. So we've got the band going to one eye hook. You're going to take the band through the handle and hook up the other end to the same eye hook. So you've got this set up. And then you go ahead and do that on the same side. And then right away, we'll come to our wheel seated and we'll get our workout started. I'm just going to shed a layer of clothing because I know we'll be heated up nice and quick. All right. You can place your foot loops off to the side. We'll get to those a little bit later. And we start with the arches up on the bar. And first, around, working stability on the wheel. So I just want to see the spine moving. And we sort of remember, the spine is the gateway to movement for the rest of the body. I'll say that one more time. The spine is the gateway to movement for the rest of the body. If your spine is stiff, it's a good chance the rest of your body is not working well. If your spine is flexible, if you are in charge of your spine and can move it well, odds are the rest of your body is going to do well also. So let's take that piece of knowledge or information that we learned from Joseph Pilates, who said, a man is only as old as his spinal column. So let's create young spines today. Keeping the wheel where it is, take a tall inhale. As you exhale, tuck your tail, roll down, and keep the wheel where it is. So that'll determine how much your legs change. It's not much at the start. Now as you exhale again, chin to chest, come on up. You'll bend the elbows and make the proper adjustments so that your wheel doesn't move. And on your next exhale, take it down slow again. Get all that separation through your spine. Make sure the shoulders go down to the back. Look right here. Can you make sure your shoulders get onto the floor before the head goes back? And then the reverse of that on the way back up. Your chin comes to your chest before the shoulders roll up. And we'll take one more slow and then we'll start to pick up our pace. Tall on the inhale, find that lift in your spine, send the tail forward as you exhale, navel back, open up the low back, take it all the way down, shoulders are on the floor, chin to chest first, and then through the rest. Beautiful. All right, you've got 7 more of these without moving the wheel. And now we're exhaling down, and inhaling back up, and 6. 5. Feel your legs applying downward pressure on the bar. That's part of that stabilization process. I want you to make sure you are connecting to the feeling of the hamstrings and the glutes, helping to control the wheel. As we work the body as a whole system, in our day-to-day world and in our workouts, we tend to neglect the back of the legs, which creates a lot of imbalance and can create a lot of issues in the hips especially and the knees. And take it back up, and one more, and all the way back up. Hold. Now I want you to bring the wheel closer to you if you've got that availability in your hips. And now we take 5 more before we get into the first 50 pumps of the 100, and we're going to move the wheel as much as we can now, driving into the legs in opposition of the scoop of the belly. Now, this time, take your arms out straight at the start, tall, and then exhale, reach into your wheel, roll it down. 5, come back up, arms stay straight now, and 4. Feel that energy pushing up into the handles from the tops of your shoulders, while at the same time, the shoulder blades keep you anchored into your back. And 2, push up. Feel that energy in the arms and the shoulders. And 1. Now this time only roll up until the tips of your shoulder blades are still on the mat. Your ribs are heavy. We're going to flip the palms down. Feel the bands pulling the shoulder blade tips further down the back. Put a little softness in your knees so they're not locked out. And reach through your knuckles. Give me 50 with empty lungs to start. Push the breath out and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, last 10, inhale, 2, 4, 5, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to flip the palms before you come up. Show me your bicep curl without pulling those shoulders forward. We've got 5. Nice and strong. 4. Feel the abdominals take a hit. And 3. Now for 2. And 1. And then push up with straight arms, bend the knees, and come all the way in. That's a beautiful, strong start. Next stop, we're going to take the bands completely off and put them off to the side. But keep them as they are, because before too long, we'll be putting them back on exactly the same way. Once the bands are off, you're just hanging out, putting them off to the side. Now you're going to quickly adjust to low axle. And once you're on low axle, I want you to come up onto your hands and knees with your hands on the bar. I'm going to take a quick check for quality on the feed, and we're looking good. Next, we're taking a roll out, and I want you to focus in this roll out on the feeling of keeping your shoulder blades very strongly attached to your ribs. First, we have the lats pulling the shoulder blades down the back, and then we have the serratus muscles, the muscles that literally attach the shoulder blade to the rib cage and case you in. So, from the feeling of shoulder blades down the back and wrapping into the ribs, we've got hips over the knees. Find a roundness in your spine, and we take it out for 10 and bring it back in. As you go out, only go out as far as you can keep that connection strong. And 7. And on the way in, make that connection even stronger. 6. Maintain a lift in the ribs. 5. Feel the inner thighs hugging toward each other. 4. Feel the arms hugging toward each other to fire the chest more. And 2. Keep those hips pushing forward. And 1. Now hold it for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift and bring it back in. All right, now we keep ourselves on hands and knees as we take it through a cat-cow sequence. First, for mobility's sake, before we talk about a plank, and yes, we are talking about a plank early in your workout today. Take an inhale as the chest pulls forward and the tail pulls back. As you exhale, lift the ribs, reach the tail back down and under. Feel the crown of the head scooping under as if your crown, or pardon me, I said crown and pointed at my forehead, as if your crown and your tail could eventually come together in front of your ribs and turn your spine into a closed circle. And then inhale for 4. Exhale, crown and tail as the ribs lift away. Inhale. Add more to it. Feel the arms pushing inward. Feel the thighs pushing inward. Remember, we've got to feel these things. 2. We're having a relationship with our bodies. And 1. Now hold this shape. As we step into a plank, we're reminding ourselves that we want all those same connections as when we are deeply rounded. Now keep a sense of the tail feeling tucked as you reach one heel back and then reach the other heel back to meet it. Your toes are just barely apart. Your shoulders are over that bar. And you're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bend your knees and let them open as wide as your shoulders and take your hips back over your heels into a child's pose. But look at those feet. They're still flexed with toes tucked. And now I sit back and I'm going to lengthen my spine a little bit more so the wheel slides away. With the wheel further away, I'm challenging even more right away the connection of my shoulders to my back. We're really firing in that upper back. Now try to hold that connection strong. You have 5 transitions from child's pose to plank. The transition is the exercise itself. Keep that wheel glued to the floor and exhale 5. Now bend those knees, bring it back. Don't move your wheel. Exhale 4. It's about keeping stability on that wheel. And 3. And that's when we get stronger. 2. And 1. Hold it for another 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time, lift from the abdominals as the wheel slides toward your feet. Once the wheel gets in front of you, release your hands and roll yourself up with a strong connection to the floor through the heels. Feel the whole body systematically stacking. And shoulders in the back, arms up. And once you're up, give me 5 big circles of the shoulders. Now we're opening all that up. We still have a sense of security in the center. Let me take it for 3, 2, and 1. Now let's reverse that. 5. Feel what's going on in the shoulder girdle as you keep your center strong. 2. On number 1, leave the arms up. Now all good things come in 3s. So we'll make our way down, back out to plank. And we'll have one more 10-second hold of that strong plank. All right, here we go. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, roll right down the front of your body. Find that lift. Remember, in Pilates, we never really go down, we only go up. So find that scoop up. And now float it back out to plank. Keep that tail tucked. Get the shoulders over the bar. Heels over the toes. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees down this time. And then roll it all the way in. Awesome work right off the bat. Okay, next stop, you're going to take the wheel in front of you, get your legs out front, and we're returning to the same shape that started our workout today. We're going to do similar movements now without the bands attached and allow that to give us a different dynamic to the work. Now we reach the arms up. You have 3 without moving the wheel. Push down with the back of the legs. This time you can tap the head and reach back. If you don't run out of room like I do, let the arms come all the way to the floor. But keep your arms straight and then roll yourself back up, peeling through your spine. Tuck that tail, roll it back for 2. And roll it back up. One more time. And roll it back up. Now I want to make your spine even taller from where we are. So we're going to take the arms overhead and make a diamond shape, just like this. Now I love doing this because without adding a single pound of weight to your hands, we're going to create a lot of work for the shoulders. And as we do this, I want you to feel a lot of lift in your spine. Take that strong diamond, put it behind your head, and we're shaving. I want you to think of lifting out of your low back and scooping the belly as we always do, as we shave the back of the head with the hands pressed tight together for 10 and 9. Really work that connection of the thumbs and the fingers. You're feeling a lot of work going on in the shoulders right away. 6. And every time you lift those arms, lift your spine. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then take a big circle that brings you out front. And now as you roll back down 3 more times, I want that wheel to move out a little and come back in a little. We roll out. Reach it back. And then suck the wheel towards you like your navel is pulling it in. And 2. Feel the whole system coordinating. There's a lot of good stuff going on. And 1. And bring it all the way back up. Now this time I want you to take your heels together with your toes apart on the wheel. You're still on your arches, but you're replicating a Pilates position. What I like to think of as your strong stance. Now, your knees are open. Take it out. And I want you to roll down and bring the wheel with you as you hold right here. Take your hands to the back of the head. Put your head down. First, give me 5 upper abdominal curls. We exhale. 5, 4. Elbows are just slightly forward of the shoulders. 2. Use your breath as your power. And 1. Now hold right here. Reach your arms out front. I want you to really uniform your movement as best you can as the wheels go out and they come in. 10 and 9 and 8. The tips of your shoulder blades have magnets that are pulling the wheel from back here. Feel that. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now reach it out. Keep your legs bent a little bit, palms down. Here's your other 50 pumps. We gotta finish that 100, don't forget. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, last 10, inhale, 2, 4, 5, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower the head down. All right, roll yourself all the way back up. I want you to reset your feet so that the backs of your arches are hooked over the bar. Your feet are a good wide distance apart. maybe even a little bit wider than your hips. And now lay it down onto your back. And we're going into a roll up here. And remember, it's so much about how we manage the apparatus to really find the depth of the work. Now, starting with your hands up over your chest, your ribs are firm into the floor. Lift your head and chest, peel yourself up. Reach into your heels and push the wheel away. On the way down, reach into your heels again. Try to minimize how much the wheel comes back with you to really force that low back to open. This is the part of the workout where we are really deepening the opening of the low back. So important. We got 4 more. Roll up. Feel the belly resisting you. The heels reach forward. The wheel moves. On the way back, how little can you make the wheel move? Keep pushing it away, away, away. Get that tailbone underneath you and open up the low back. You've got 3. And scoop. Reach that tail, roll it back. And 2. Scoop, scoop, scoop. And take it back. And 1. And take it all the way back. Beautiful. Now, we're going to turn it up a level. We're taking a variation on the exercise we call neck pull. Take your hands to the back of your head. One palm over the other. Now go ahead and switch the layering of your hands so that we're changing it up from the last time we were in this shape, working the non-habitual layering of your hands and adding an extra little ingredient of challenge. Now, can you keep your elbows wide? Start to roll up and forward. I want you to lift up to a tall spine. Press your head against your hands. Feel your upper back. And then dive up and over like spine stretch forward. Literally tugging on the back of your neck. Oh, comprehensive stretch through the spine. Now your upper back pushes your head back into your hands. We're going to hold the breath and hinge back. Hinge back. And then when you exhale, tuck and roll. Don't pick up speed. And just like in our roll up, reach into your heels and minimize how much that wheel comes toward you. Now let's take that 4 more times. We roll forward and up. And we dive up and over. Push down on the wheel. Push back with your head. Hinge. Exhale, tuck and roll. Reach into those heels. You've got 3 more. Come on up. Keep those elbows wide. And round forward. Bring it back up. Hinge. Tuck and roll. Maintain control. Tuck and roll, maintain control. I love that. 2 more. Come on up. And dive in. If we're not breathing, we're going to get stuck. I can guarantee it. If you hold your breath when it gets harder, you are going to get stuck. The only place we hold the breath is when we're hinging in this exercise. Now, last one, we're going to change up the arms a little bit. You're going to bring your elbows forward. This time, roll up and roll directly toward your knees and get that extra stretch. And now lift the elbows out wide. Last time, hinging back. Tuck that tail without picking up speed and stretch that spine. Ha! Beautifully done. All right, bring your knees in. Before we come up off our backs, I need a single leg pull. Let it be a bicep exercise, especially today. And let it instigate the upper abdominals to work stronger. Reach away, and instead of doing an advanced hand position, we're going to do 2 hands in the same place on the knee, and pull. Get those biceps to fire, and switch. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 1. Both knees in. Rock it up to seated. Awesome stuff. All right, here we go. Now we take those handles and we put them back on, staying on low axle as we prepare for a bridging sequence. In our bridging sequence, we're going to really pay attention to how the arms are supporting the work. You can take it onto your back with the feet back on the bar. I'm taking another quality check on the feet. And also grabbing a sip of water, because we know how important it is to hydrate. And this morning, and need a little bit more. I think I had a few too many tortilla chips last night. They were salty ones. All right, get down onto your back. And let's start with the elbows bent. So as we work this, your biceps will be challenged to an isometric hold. But take the backs of your shoulders, try to get those to peel open from the chest. How much in this arm bend can you get your shoulders to press down into the floor? Feet are hip distance apart. The wheel is close. The wheel stays close as you roll up to bridge for 8. Roll it down. Don't lose control. And 7. Show me that flexible spine. And 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And hold. Feel the backs of the arms pushing. The upper back muscles and the muscles on the back of the shoulder are premium right here. Make sure the navel's pulling in deep. Of course, we know the glutes and hamstrings are at work. I want you to support all this hold, keep those biceps strong, and push the wheel out for 10. 9. That adds in quad work, forces everything to keep working strong. And 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And then roll it down with control. Nicely done. While we're here, I want you to drop the bands, pull your knees in. We'll leave the wheel right where it is for a moment. We'll be right back to it with your knees closed. I need 2 more bites out of your series of 5. First, double leg pull, and then we'll get single straight leg stretch to stretch out those hamstrings that just took on a lot of work. Keep your knees together this whole time. I want those knees glued. Inhale for 8. Exhale, circle, grab those ankles, pull in. 7. What if your forehead and your knees can literally touch? 5. Use the breath. 4. Stretch the chest and shoulders. 3. 2. 1. And heels up. One leg out over the wheel. We pull. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you make the back of the leg just barely touch the bar of the wheel? Take it for 5. 4. Don't let your hips jam up into your torso. 3. Reach to the heels. 2. 1. And 1. Bring those knees in. Rock it up in front of your wheel. All right, the feet go back on. This time your feet are together, your knees are together. I want you to push out to straight legs, but make sure you're not dumping into the back of your knees. So a straight leg is not a deeply locked knee joint. From here, we're working a bent arm chest expansion. Whenever you hear the term chest expansion in Pilates style work, we're thinking about the muscles on the upper back that achieve the expansion of the chest. So chest expansion is not a chest exercise, but an upper back exercise on top of the rest of the work throughout the body and the supporting work of the powerhouse. What's going to want to happen to the untrained body? I'm going to pull and it goes right up there into my upper traps. Our work is to get out of those upper traps, get lower in the back by pulling the elbows down into the floor. 10 and 9, 8, 7, and 6. Hold. Now, as I tell clients a lot, it's a cheesy cue, but it really helps. Imagine as you hold back here that you're holding credit cards in the backs of your armpits. Credit cards are thin, so you've got to really hold tight. Squeeze them. Think of the goal in the return of your movement as finding the ability to bring the arms forward again without dropping the credit cards, AKA, don't turn those muscles off. Keep squeezing back there, return. Give me 5 more of those. Grab the credit cards, don't drop them. 4, don't drop them. 3, don't drop them. 2, and 1. Hold it right here. Think about your left credit card. Look to the right, don't drop it. Think about your right credit card. Look to the left, don't drop it. Look forward, make sure you've got them both. And then return. Good, nicely done. As we take it into the last 15 minutes of our workout, once again, I want you to drop these, take it down onto your back, and let's take our last 2 bites of the series of 5 so we get it all over with. Hands behind the head, one palm over the other. Elbows out to the side, fold the head and chest up, get those legs to the ceiling. Now I don't want you stressing out in your hip flexors. And in this movement, I want you to find the ability to feel like you're lifting those legs up with your deep core and not just those hip flexors. Now press the heels together. Keep the knees soft. Inhale out. Exhale. Keep your eyes on your abs. I want you to visually see that you are not letting this puff out as you go out. It needs to stay flat as you breathe into your ribs and not the belly. 2, 1. Now bring the knees in, switch the layering of your palms, keep that head and chest up, and give me 10 crisscrosses right away. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Bring those knees in, rock up. All right, take those bands off. And then what I'd like you to do is preset the bands. You're going to let the handle fall off. And then put the handles away and bring it over to your foot loops. Preset your foot loops. And take these guys and put them just off to the side so we can get to them in a moment. In the meantime though, I want you to take it down onto your front side. Remember, it's what we call prone position as we find our first spinal extension. Now when we do spine extension, we're working the spinal extensors, the muscles that run long down the back on either side of the spine and lift the spine into extension because we are built for that and we don't do this enough in our day-to-day lives. To a certain degree, as a race, we've lost the ability to do this well. So let's open this back up, remembering that we're here to stabilize the low back. So I need to feel that navel scooping in, up, off the floor. I can put my hand in front of my belly. I want you to try to keep that space. Press the heels tight together. Inhale up without going into the low back. Exhale it down. Inhale, feel that strong upper back. Feel those strong backs of your shoulders. And 3, 2, and 1. Now hold here. Could you open your hands with the wheel staying where it is? Can you lift your hands off the bar and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab that bar and lower back down. Now separate your feet to hip distance. Feel your glutes engage. Right now, this is the last thing I want to see. We do not want tail up into the air. That is really bad for the low back. As soon as I do that, I'm disengaging my abdominals. I'm tilting my pelvis in a way that pushes up into my spine and creates compression here in my low back. So engage your glutes, aka squeeze your butt, and feel how that pulls the tail back toward your feet and also inspires the deep abdominals to scoop in on the front side. Now keeping that strength and coordination, We're going to take it into a fuller extension, allowing it to move more comprehensively through the spine, but keeping that butt strong, keeping those abs strong. Take it back out. And 4. Do not overdo the neck. None of this. None of that nonsense. And 3. 2. And 1. Hold it. Get those shoulders down further. And lengthen it down. Beautiful. From here, take it back to a quick child's pose. And then roll that child's pose up. And what I'd like to do here are 2 very classical mat exercises that we don't often encounter and that I personally don't teach all that often. But what I'd like to do is place the wheel just off to the side and take a look at this. Because these are exercises in the classical practice that follow our swan, our classical extension exercise, that also bring attention to what's going on at the top of the body. I want you to feel your upper body super active here. Make one fist, wrap the other hand around it. We call this the one leg kick or the single leg kick. Now pull your shoulders into your back and pull your chest forward. Feel your elbows anchoring and squeezing inward. This whole upper body casement is super strong. Now pull that navel in. The challenge is to do this leg movement without losing all this control in your upper body. Try to lift your right leg off the mat before you bend the knee, and then bend and kick 1, 2, reach back and switch your legs. Kick 1, 2, and switch 1, 2, and 1, 2 for 9, and 9, 8, and 8 is your body bouncing. Don't let it. 6, and 6, 5, and 5, 4, and 4, 3, and 3, 2, and 2, 1, and 1. Both legs back and take it down. And if you were really working that as I was asking you to, you feel a lot of work going on in your upper back. Really, really important stuff. All right, now the double leg kick. You're gonna take your hands behind you, clasp your hands together on your back, and walk your hands as high up your back as you can. Press your thighs together with your head turned to one side. Try to lift both legs up. Bend both knees and kick 3, 2, 1. Look forward as you reach back, arms and legs, and the whole back side comes up and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Turn your head the other way. Lengthen down to the mat. Bend the knees. Get those hands up the back. I want you to feel that upper body so strong. And we lift the legs and kick 3, 2, 1. Reach back. Look forward. Find that stretch. Find the work through the upper back. And take it down to the first side. We've got 1 more each way. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Reach, stretch. Other side. 3, 2, 1. Reach, stretch. Hold it. Disconnect the hands. Keep the heels tight. High five the ceiling from your upper back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're still with me, lift those arms up. Get the arms out front. And float it down. Oh, man. That is some strong work. If you were really working that with me, you're going to feel that tomorrow in all new places. And then round it up. And stay really strong. Gorgeous. All right. We're getting down into the last 6 minutes of our workout. I want you to take this wheel and now attach those blue bands. We take another round of rollouts. We're going to hook the bands up to the feet while you stay on your knees. Those hands out front. I want you to challenge it to take it further. The bands are helping you with stability in the center while allowing you to push out further and also giving us more challenge in the arms and the shoulders. So keep those knees planted. We're going out for 10. Take it way out and come back in. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can you hold it way out there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Rock star. That's some intense stuff. All right, now briefly I want you to step out of the bands and let's do a quick bit of tricep work. So we make sure that we do one thing that specifically addresses the triceps in a very highlighted way while we stabilize from the powerhouse. We're going to start by taking one hand across to the other end of the bar. Then you grab your band by the actual band itself, and you decide how much to choke up. You're deciding how much resistance to create with the band. Press that upper arm bone against the ribs, center yourself out, and reach back 10, 9. You'll know you're doing a good job and stabilizing well if that foot loop is not bopping around all over the place. It should not be flying. We want controlled movement. And 4, 3, 2, and 1, and switch it up. Try to grab the band the same distance back as you did the first side, so you're giving yourself equal resistance, both arms. And let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. Also, if that band is bopping around, you need to strengthen that wrist a little more. 3, use those forearms. 2, and 1, and beautiful. From here, I want you to pop right up onto your feet with the bands in hand. Let's put that together into a standing chest expansion. Again, you hear the words chest expansion, you think muscles of the upper back. We're going to take one foot to the center of the bar, one foot is back. You have light turnout in both legs, so you're using your lower limbs to stabilize. The knuckles are scraping the floor. We do 10 total. Here's the first 5. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it. Look left. Look right. You got those credit cards? Return, don't drop them. Now switch the feet. Keep your hips square-ish. And give me the other 5. And try pulling on the inhale. And exhale. 3, 2. Hold 1. Get those credit cards. Look right. Look left. Look forward. And return. Nicely done. And before we go back down, I want you to stay on that same front leg. Now when I do these bicep curls, I like to hold the actual blue of the band. If you need a little less resistance, you can put your hands all the way up into the bands. Just make sure that you are getting a full range of motion, so you have the arms a little more out in front. That poses yet a different challenge in the stability in your shoulders. But if you want more resistance against you, hold the bands themselves, press those arm bones against the side of your body, and give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then switch your feet. Now if you'd like to, you can also go from palms up to palms in. Make sure you're getting a full range of motion, so maybe you press the wheel further out, and we go 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then try this out. Bring the wheel more underneath you, and I want you to do your bicep curl, and then reach up to the ceiling. Shoulders. 5, all the way down and through. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We switch back to the first leg to finish. Go back to palms facing up if you did turn them in. And we go 5. From palms up, you go palms forward. Ooh, there's a strong move. Find that rotation in the upper arm bones from the shoulders. And 3. Make sure this is working. 2. And 1. bring it down. Oh, that felt so good. All right, let's round out this workout. We're putting those bands back on, just as we would close a classical mat session. We're going back to plank to finish. We're going to start in child's pose right here and take 3 transitions to plank. We'll hold the plank, and if it's right for you, you've got 5 push-ups. After we do a long stretch variation. So let's walk and talk through it together. Put your hands out on that bar, reach it forward, heels together, toes tucked, feet flexed, and we come out for 3. Now get your knees inside that band, push it out, and 2. Knees inside, push it out, and 1. Hold. Find that plank, find that lifted, almost rounded feeling like a turtle shell on your back. Now keep your arms strong, keep those shoulders connected. Everything's working. We go out, and it comes in for 5. It's like the long stretch on the reformer. 4. And 3. 2. Talk about a strong upper body. And 1. If you're still with me, get those thumbs around the front. The wheel stays where it is, and we've got the 5 push-ups to finish. 4. 3. 2. 1. Lift the belly to lift the hips. Bring it towards you. You're going to step out of your bands. Separate your feet to hip distance. Soften your knees. Feel softness in all the joints throughout your body. Shake that head, no. No tension in the neck. When we work those shoulders and arms and upper back, we love to put tension in that neck. We don't want it. Nod your head yes. Yes, say yes to everything I've said in this workout today. Just kidding. Let the head hang heavy. And let's power up this strong system. Heels pressing down. Tail pulling down back. Navel stacking you up the line of your spine. Your feet are powerful and active in the floor. The legs straighten out as the spine comes all the way up. On the way, the ribs stay closed, but the chest opens wide. Roll those shoulders onto your back. Float the crown to the sky. You're in your best body, ready for your best day. Take an inhale. An exhale, step forward. And bring this work in this body with you back into your day. Awesome. I think we found a lot of really good stuff for the upper body, while, as I always say, and as I've said today, remembering that it's always about the whole system, just as that guy taught us. Beautiful work. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you toward the end of the week. Be strong, stay safe, onward and upward.